Hello and good evening. Thank you for joining us on the UBC News tonight with me, Wadulo, Mark, Arnold, Mugulu, Mohammed on sign language. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. In our top stories tonight, Kabaka warns Ugandans against social media propaganda. Furthermore, over 200 Shisha pots seized and many arrested in bars. Embrace the new curriculum, educationists advised. And Abigail Mwagale wins a cash prize in commercialized league. Well, thank you for joining us once again. We now give you the news in detail. The Kabaka of Buganda, Arnold Wadulo, has warned the public, especially the Baganda, from critics of Buganda government. The Kabaka was speaking at a Baganda convention through Zoom. Kabaka Arnold Wadulo commends Baganda in the diaspora for their love the love they have for their country, and warned them from consuming wrong information, especially from social media. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Bikulu nnyo kyokka tusaana okubikwata n'obwegendereza bwe tubyeyambisa obulungi tusobola okufunamu enkulaakulana kyokka bwe tubikozesa obubi bisobola okutuviirako obulabe n'okwennyika ffekka mu ddubi. Abalabe ba Buganda bangi beeyambisizza nnyo emitimbagano okutyobola ekitiibwa kya Buganda. Tufube nnyo obutabawa mwagaanya, kubanga waliwo ate abamu mu ffe Abaganda abaseesa mu ebyo abalabe bye batambuza. Njagala okwebaza omubaka Dick Luzzi Kakande n'ababaka abalala mwenna abeetabye mu kaweefube w'enteekateeka zonna ez'Obwakabaka. Twebaza nnyo olukiiko lwa BBNAS olw'okuwagiranga bulijjo enteekateeka ababaka ba Kabaka ze baba batuusaako. Tubeebaza amakula bye muweereza embuga n'ebirala byonna bye mukola ku lw'okukulaakulanya gavumenti ya Kabaka n'abantu baffe. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala, Katonda abakuume.
Ministry of Health, together with Kampala Capital City Authority and police, have carried out a joint operation aimed at cracking down on bars and restaurants that are dealing in Shisha. The operation saw many arrested and Shisha pots impounded, especially in high-end bars and restaurants areas of Mugulu, Chisasi, Bukoto, among others.
This is not my restaurant. The owner
We go.
As the country continues to struggle against COVID-19 pandemic, different stakeholders have come up with measures to curb the spread of the virus. At least 2,000 Shisha pots were confiscated by the Ministry of Health and Kampala Capital City Authority in a police swab last night. The joint operation arrested more than 50 people from different bars who are found smoking Shisha in bars, yet they are supposed to be closed as a preventive measure against COVID-19 outbreak. A scuffle ensued as some people resisted arrest. The crackdown lasted for more than 7 hours and was carried out in areas of Bukoto, Bugolobi, Kamocha, Kisasi, among others. The raid sought to implement the tobacco control law as the country seeks to get rid of illegal use of tobacco.
That
the law is not biting enough. I mean, yeah, it's not biting enough, and people have taken that as a, have taken advantage of that. So from today onwards, we are committed to implement smoke-free cities. Kampala has already started, and so we have joined Kampala to ensure that there is no tobacco, there is no smoking of tobacco products in the public of Kampala.
According to the World Health Organization, smokers are at a higher risk of severe diseases and death from COVID-19. Dr. Lukwata said
in a public place, and of course Shisha is one of even the banned products. If you're found smoking in a public place, we charge you 200,000 Uganda shillings. If you're a second offender, we double this price. We double this penalty. So you have to pay 400,000. If it is an institution like a hotel, if it's a hotel or a bar or whatever, they're supposed to pay 480 if they're convicted. So tonight, I think government of Uganda is going to get some money because these are more than 100 shisha pots. So we are expecting the managers of the facilities. We've actually sealed off those facilities where we found these products. So the managers of those facilities will have to pay 480,000, but also they will have to be charged for a
British Environment Officer disclosed that the detained suspects will be arraigned in court on Monday.
Taken a series of warnings, and today was the day that we had to take action. So I just warn all bar owners that have continued to practice the issue of Shisha that we are going to come and we shall continue arresting you, and we shall arraign you before court.
In 2015, Parliament passed the Tobacco Control Bill into a law that makes it illegal to smoke cigarettes and shisha in public places. Zahra Abigaba, UBC.
And of course, this counteracts with the fact that night places of, the bars and the likes are open. Still not so much is clear about whether they have actually been allowed or not. So shisha smoking, SOPs, all in there. Mbarara District local government staff have rewarded their former district chairperson, Captain John Bosco Bamuturachi Tumusime, in a calf exotic heifers for promoting teamwork among the political leaders and technical staff. This was during a farewell party at the district gardens, Kamukazi, Mbarara City. Let's take a look.
Outgoing Mbarara District Chairperson Captain John Bosco Bamuturachi Tumusime has been rewarded by his former staff for work well done. Tumusime, who has served as Mbarara Chairman for the last 5 years, thanked the Chief Administrative Officer Edward Kasagara and his staff for supporting the political leaders to work as a team. He appealed to the new District Chairperson Didas Tavaro and his political leaders to continue working with technical staff if they are to perform in delivering services to the people.
Continue working with the technical team and promote teamwork. Without this technical team, you cannot perform alone. Let them not look at each other suspiciously, but they should look at each other as a team which is ready to deliver service delivery for the whole district of Mbarara. But I have no doubt they work together. I have no doubt in my technical team. I have no doubt in the political team. So my wish is to make sure that they start from where we have stopped and make Mbarara better.
The Vice Chairperson, Mbarara District, Miss Navakoza Juliet, representing the new District Chairperson, Didas Tavaro Tumwesije, called upon the district technical staff never to get worried about the new political leaders, but to feel free and work together as a team to deliver services. Navakoza requested the public servants to ensure transparency and effective communication by speaking the truth to avoid conflicts.
Don't back at these people. Just respect them. It doesn't because I know school fees, but this team here, show me. So they are taking code. Omukoso mubi no wa yechituga, no wa shabichituga, no wa remesaga programs za government. Okay, you what again?
Mbarara Resident District Commissioner Geoffrey Mbete Jerize urged the defeated leaders to accept cooperating and working with the new leaders in sharing knowledge and expertise to build development without overlooking each other.
Such that they can build synergies of building their own sub-counties or town councils. This is because The outgoing leaders have experience. They also have supporters, although they didn't go through. But they are still counted, and they have leaders, and they have influence therefore. So I am calling upon the new leaders not to overlook the old leaders. After all, in English, they say that the old broom knows all corners, although the new broom sweeps better. That adage is very important. But all in all, we need one another. And after all, these people are the movement supporters. They are all members of the movement, even if they are not members of the movement. But they are leaders of the people. They are senior citizens. We need to consult one another, such that other younger leaders can borrow the leaf or can borrow the character for the future development.
The Ministry of Public Service has retooled public service inspectors for effective monitoring. The Commissioner Planning at the Ministry of Public Service, Frederick Edward Walugembe, urged inspectors to be more transparent and ensure quality service delivery. Details follow.
The Commissioner Planning at the Ministry of Public Service, Frederick Edward Walugembe, says graft is killing service delivery. He has, for this reason, advised inspectors to play a supervisory role while observing compliance of the set standards.
So let us not stop at inspecting, but let us ensure that while also we go for service delivery, we do our bit. Also, we talk to the service providers. Please, can you improve here? The good thing is we have client charters which make the service provider accountable, which give responsibilities to the service provider.
The Commissioner Public Service Inspection and Quality Assurance, Sharif Abuzeki, outlined the reason for the training that is aimed at improving service delivery.
You are aware that government has now prioritized strengthening accountability in the various institutions across government. So as a result of that, the actors, some of the actors or the major actors, they have to have the correct skills mix, they have to have the correct attitude, they have to be able to know what they are exactly looking out for when they go to inspect.
The main function of inspectors is identifying performance bottlenecks against set objectives, advising on possible solutions, reviewing, evaluating performance of public officers, identifying cases of excellent or poor performance with a view to recommending rewards or remedial actions is the way to a prosperous Uganda. Such inspectors are part of the team to restore hope for service delivery. So
the rationale for this joint inspection, there are a number of benefits. One, it has helped to reduce fatigue on behalf of the inspected. We used to see Ministry of Public Service checking a payroll, checking staff. Tomorrow you'll have Ministry of Local Government following up on a project. The other day you'll have Ministry of Water, Ministry of Lands, just in one entity. So they were almost left with no time to do their own work.
That Kai Douglas Setumba, UBC News.
Yes, furthermore, Butaleja district leaders are seeking for government support to improve the area's socio-economic infrastructure. The direct information at the NRM Secretariat, Emmanuel Dombo, is hopeful that government will fulfill its pledge by tarmacking the road from Nabumali through Butaleja to Namutumba. This was during a Thanksgiving service for newly elected members of parliament.
Busolwe sub-county in Butaleja district, hello, as newly elected members of parliament celebrated their recent victory. The arrival of Bunyole West Member of Parliament, Geoffrey Mutibwa, and Butaleja woman MP Florence Nevanda made Mugulu High School the place to be. They were here to dedicate their recent victory to the Almighty. Top among the priorities of the electorate is the improvement of road infrastructure. It is a pledge whose fulfillment from government, they say, has been pending.
I know very well when you are coming, the road is from Namutumba to Angoli, It is a song that the President had promised us some time back. So we are looking forward to working together with government to ensure that this time round, in this term, government should be able to tarmac for us the Namutumba up to Butaleja, Wangori Road.
This could, however, soon become history if an assurance given by NRM's Director for Information, Emmanuel Dombo, is anything to go by.
Then we also have to look at a number of other roads that are not in good condition in the district and in the constituency of Bunyole West.
There is an outstanding pledge of a Tamaka road from Nabumali up to Namutumba through Butaleja. This is part of the NRM pledges in the manifesto. We need to work hard together so that amongst the priorities that government is going to do, this road is prioritized. And we are going to work together as a team to ensure that this happens.
In so doing, access to other facilities, including education and health, will be simplified. This will help in addressing challenges of teenage pregnancy and school dropout rates.
It's not only affecting the girl. By the time if the girl is pregnant, that means the boy is also affected at the same time. Because you're young, you have to look after the child. So there's a lot of psychological stress that goes along with it. So it's a long road, but at least we have started somewhere and we are united as leaders of Utaleja to tackle this issue. And we are going to involve all stakeholders, like I've said, and we begin, and I'm sure the percentages will be in a history.
To achieve all this, it will require working together. An appeal made by their Tororo municipality counterpart, Apollo Ofonoyeri.
I've joined my brother and sister, Nebanda and Mutibwa in their celebration. I've joined them, and I will also join them to see that we fight a common cause for the betterment of the region.
Carved out of Tororo, Butaleja district was created in July 2005 as a way of bringing services closer to the people. The extent to which this has been achieved is still low according to leaders and have pledged more action. Henry Okurut, UBC.
In other news, the Karamoja Affairs outgoing minister, Engineer John Byabagambi, has asked educationists to embrace the new education curriculum of equipping learners with demand-driven skills to address the unemployment challenge. Engineer Byabagambi made these remarks at the launch of a $1 million campaign of completing a multi-purpose block of St. Mary's Chitovu in Masaka district.
Equipping learners with soft and demand-driven skills has been cited as a major solution to the unemployment problem in the country, following the increasing number of graduates from different institutions each year. Engineer John Byabagambi at the launch of a multi-purpose block at St. Mary's Chitovu said the task is upon educationists to educate youngsters the benefits of acquiring soft skills, promising government support. He said many have become superstars and have improved their livelihood because of the skills they acquired, thus the need of equipping more learners with these skills. Byabagambi urged all students of St. Mary's Chitovu to support their school so that it continues to blossom.
The target is 3.5 billion shillings. And specifically for this launch, we want to mobilize 1 billion shillings in a period of 4 months, which I think is going to be realized. Because we have about 40 cohorts, and each of them should really be in position to mobilize 100 people.
At the launch was the former police spokesperson Emilian Kaima, who advised parents to select schools that teach demand-driven skills. In another development, the director, Teacher Support Organization, Microfinance Limited, Sejengo Sulaiman, says
kiyamba okubeera nga twongera production mu ggwanga lyaffe ate n'abantu nga bafuna emirimu.
Sejengo made the remarks at the official graduation ceremony of Wakiso Vocational Training Institute. The director of Wakiso Vocational Training Institute, Paul Zimula, said Ugandans must possess demand-driven skills to solve the unemployment problem.
Well, UBC News Tonight shall now take a short commercial break and be back with business. Please stay tuned.
chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you can withdraw mobile money at the lowest rates. You also get MTN Century Points when you deposit, send, and withdraw MTN mobile money. Visit our Momo agents countrywide and withdraw mobile money at our reduced rates from 1st May 2021. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Ekya COVID-19 kijja kugwa. If we observe social distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
In efforts to improve quality assurance and Uganda's competitiveness as a tourist destination, Uganda Tourism Board is set to undertake a nationwide grading and classification exercise of hotel and accommodation facilities. As a member of the East African community, Uganda subscribes to the East African Grading and Classification Criteria, a system denoted by stars ranging from 1 to 5. The grading and classification exercise will be crowned by the awarding of star ratings to facilities found compliant to the EAC minimum standards. This is therefore a call to all accommodation and facility owners and managers to register and get licensed by UTB as a requirement and get ready for participation. For more information, visit www.utb.go.ug or email qualityassurance@utb.go.ug for details. Uganda Tourism Board, promoting tourism together.
Welcome back. It's still UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue, also on YouTube under the name tag UBC Television Uganda. Now, in our business news, farmers have been urged to be mindful of the products that they put on the market. This call was made by the veterinary doctor working with Universal Care Foundation Uganda, Dr. Issa Bachiringi, at a workshop aimed at equipping farmers with agricultural knowledge in Kampala.
In April 2021, a number of truck drivers were driving to the South Sudan were shot dead without a clear reason. This has hindered the country's revenue collected from exports to the South Sudan. A veterinary doctor working with Universal Care Foundation Uganda, Dr. Issa Bachiringi, says this act has led to export of fake products to South Sudan.
What we are lacking is mobilization, is capacity building, because we would desire to train these community people, but our best challenge and the major challenge is sponsorship or facilitation, because you don't expect to train somebody when he's hungry.
Bachiringi is on a campaign across the country to ensure that products exported outside the country are of standard quality.
Poultry is not all about space. it requires just a small space where you can start. Government should look for us who have the heart and the intention of fighting for poverty and supporting the family. If we do that, we shall fight poverty in order to attain the middle income status for Vision 2040.
Bakibinga says that packaging is one of the aspects which should be considered before putting agricultural produce on the market.
If we talk of the packaging, you see an egg has two sides. We have the bigger side and the smaller side, the pointing. If we are to be storing them, the smaller side, it is one which points to the trays. And if you overturn it, it takes only 90 minutes to get spoiled. That's the reason why when I argue with these people who normally goes to Sudan, they take eggs. That's why they are beaten there. They pack these spoiled eggs to their box.
In the world of sports, the commercialized swimming league has entered its third match day with action at the British school Kampala swimming pool. As usual, the action is between the two teams, Colts and Talons. These are the details.
At inception of the commercialized swimming league, many doubted whether it will even last its first outing. How wrong they were, because as the league enters its first month, enthusiasm seems to be peaking at each and every round of the action. This commercialized swimming league is a new innovation of two teams only. It has participants competing only one style on every particular match day, but importantly for the first time in Uganda, with money as the biggest prize. During the latest competition at British School Kampala, the mood before competition was electrifying as participants topped their expectations.
And we are 45 points ahead of Colts, and I want to maintain that or get more points than them. I hope to improve on my BP by following what coach tells me, like kicking my legs because today we're doing backstroke. It's interesting because some might be faster or slower, but it helps in the way you compete and the way you work on yourself.
When action started, it lived to its billing and climaxed with youngster Abigail Mwagale becoming the first to win cash. This was for her league record 18.2 seconds dash in the 25 meters backstroke. In Uganda, Abigail's new record is monumental because it's the fastest split basing on the last ranking by the National Swimming Database in 2019. This league, played every Friday, will have 28 match days during this first season between the only two teams in the competition, Colts and Talons. Team Talons, captained by Abigail Mwagale, leads on 374 points, while Taraki South's Colts have catch-up to do, having accumulated 341. The league has witnessed action in butterfly, freestyle and backstroke, with all set for the breaststroke, medley release and freestyle relay. Centum reporting.
Day of May 2021. Join us later on at 10 p.m. for a lengthier bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Mohammed on sign language. See you at 10.